You will know because your brain will say, I'm trying that. I'm going to try that new song. I'm going to try saying yes to that gig. I'm going to try working with that producer. I'm going to try. You must hear your brain say the word, because try is not do. Try is not great. Try is trying. Nothing wrong with it, but I'm trying here, and that's good. We need to try.
I'm with my fave of all time.
And awesome Miss Lorraine Lawson.
Lorraine Lawson.
Lorraine Lawson. Lorraine Lawson.
Lorraine Lawson. I just love her so much.
Okay, so if we're thinking about being inspired, and I've been doing this a lot, so for those of you who have seen it before, it like clicked more and more. So we have inspiration, I've told you, as the goal. You must hear yourself. See, I'm pointing. You must hear, is this inspiration or desperation? Is this anxiety or excitement? You must start hearing it, because if you cannot discern between the two, we have more work to do. Okay, I'm just going to say that. So, must know what it feels like to be inspired. Okay? And when I'm inspired, I notice that I become good at something because I try. You will know because your brain will say, I'm trying that. Oh, I'm going to try cooking that. I'm going to try that new song. I'm going to try saying yes to that gig. I'm going to try working with that producer. I'm going to try. You must hear your brain say the word, because try is not do. Try is not great. Try is trying. Nothing wrong with it, but I'm trying here, and that's good. We need to try. We need to try, test. Maybe it's a test, explore. I'm going to give you words that your brain might be saying. Okay, so I'm exploring something. Okay? But I want to get great. This is the gap most people are in when I work with you. Most of you have already gotten good at something, or you know that you are. You're a good singer, you're a good performer, you're a good songwriter, you're a good writer. You've already figured it out. Okay? Unfortunately, you stay in this emotional state. That's the like you're staying here when really you need to move into doing. Choosing. Does this make sense? I hope, right? Practicing. Am I exploring when I'm practicing? No. You are practicing the thing that you know that you're good at. That's all. You got to kind of stop and shift your mind that this is trying something new, exploring, opening your brain, all the good things. But once you kind of know that something is working, you need to practice it a lot and do it. Like not lots of things, do the thing that you're good at. But the problem is that some people get stuck in the doing when really they're in trying. Are you guys following me? Because I'm explaining it actually right now for you better than I've ever explained it. Like, I think I've taught this many times, but I think I'm actually explaining it better than I've ever. I'm choosing here. You. I want to work with you. I know I'm good. You make me feel great. And if I keep practicing, I'm choosing this action now. I am choosing this investment in myself, this recording now. I am choosing to post, to upload, to share. Are you guys following me? Like this is a choice and it's strong. And that the more you do it, you're going to become great at it. But most of you are stuck here mentally. Even though you're already good, you're just stuck here somehow. I got to move you into the choice. I got to move you into doing a lot. But we have a vision for ourselves, right? And that I'm going to call excellent, success, whatever that looks like. What does success look like to you? And if you notice, I'm doing this as a wheel and it's going uphill. Because at this point, this was pretty inspiring and this was pretty good. And often what happens here is the work. Because in order to be successful, what do we need? We need an audience. You can do everything on this side without the audience. And I recommend that you do. That I am not thinking about the audience. I don't care about what the audience is thinking. I am not thinking about the audience at all. If I'm creating something, practicing for a show, I must love it. The why I am doing it is me. Now, this is also not popular advice by most psychologists or self-development people. They're going to say, you should be doing it for others. Do for others more and you're going to feel better about yourself. I have yet to meet one person where that works. I have yet to meet one creative person who wrote a song thinking about the audience and that song blew up. And like I said, I could use Alessia de Gasperis as an example of that, where she did chase fame. She did get the Grammy nomination. She did perform at festivals for tens of thousands of people. And she was miserable, crying, upset. So I'm sorry, she achieved the goal, but feels like crap. That's not, again, experience fame, great, feels like shit. I don't think that's what you want. I don't think that's what you want. I think you want to feel amazing. I think you want some level of success that's within what you want and how you want to feel. Because how you feel is your responsibility. It's nobody else's responsibility. It's only yours. How you feel about anything. Your brain is so capable of justifying anything also. Your brain is capable of saying yes, and that is a true yes, and no, and that is a true no. It's also very capable of saying yes to something, wishing you had said no, and justifying the torture that is, or saying no and regretting, and holy shit, I should have said yes, and oh my God, and justifying that. Your brain will justify how you feel unless you take control and say, I choose my level of success, which is my emotional state. So now, as I'm trying to go from great to success, what is it based on? It's based on experience, for sure, and it's absolutely based on, let's say, emotional state. Emotional state. If I don't, and how you're known, like what are you known for, okay? This is good. Like, I'll just write known. Okay. I cannot achieve success. Oh, consistency. Oh my God, there's so many words here, right? If I am not consistent, because now on this side, the why also becomes the audience. On this side, the why was for you. On this side, it now becomes about the audience or the customer. I now have to dictate a little bit more about what they need. What are their needs of me? And how can I meet them? Where are they? I start asking different questions. Where are they? So that I can be more easily found to them. Where are they consuming content? How are they consuming content? What kind of show do I want to put on here? And once I notice that I'm really great at that, I need a bigger audience, then I have to start asking, well, what kind of feelings do they want? So that I can start creating those. Does this make sense? The problem becomes much easier or the problem solve becomes easier because I've already created a self that is great. I'm not trying to create myself while I'm trying to attract the audience, because that is a recipe for a mess. And we've all seen it. That is how Amy Winehouse became a drug user and an alcohol abuser. Herself and what she was creating, and all of a sudden the audience were not in alignment. The people around her, the demands of her record label, the demands of her around people were not what she wanted, ultimately. This is seen everywhere. You guys all can find evidence for this everywhere. Successful people lose their mind. Forget about like drugs. They literally lose their mind. Will Smith has said a few amazing things recently. And in my programs, I've had his now manager on my program. So a guy named 𝐋𝐨𝐫𝐫𝐚𝐢𝐧𝐞'𝐬 has come to LVS, been a guest on my programs when he was in A&R here in Canada at Universal Music. I've coached many of the acts that he signed. And over the years, he has really built something pretty cool. And he took a chance and said, hey, Will Smith, let's reinvent you. And became friends. And now he's reinventing Will Smith. But Will Smith has said how people won't make a decision unless they hit rock bottom. Okay, you guys have all heard that. It's like, unless I hit rock bottom, can't get out of bed, hard, and then it's like enough. The word enough is in your brain now. It's like enough of that. And you get so sick of it, so sick of the excuses, so sick of the problems that you, fuck the world, I'm doing it anyway, and I'm pulling myself out of this, right? So most change doesn't happen unless we hit rock bottom. But then he said he has coined another phrase, and he calls it cliff top, where he hit the highest level of success, achieving exactly what he wants, can have anything he wants, when he wants, who he wants. And he tipped over the edge. We have now seen it with Sean Combs. We have seen it with huge, I don't want to get too gross, but, like Jeffrey Epstein or what's his name, and, the producer of a million movies that everyone was against. So I don't want to give them any, airtime because, they're all shitty people. So, but, what happens is you achieve so much success that you lose anything that started, the whole thing. You just lose it completely, right? Hello. And you can have what you want, anytime you want, who you want, where you want. Are you guys following me? That level of success, I don't know if any of you really want that. Okay, I could be wrong, but I do attract myself, so I'm talking kind of to myself right now. It's like, I don't really want that. I want the level of success, and I think you guys do too, where my why shifts not away from me, but in equality. I know now why I'm doing something, and I'm just attracting people who want the same thing. Does this make sense? I'm just so I don't need to dominate anyone. I don't need to convince anyone. I don't need to bring people down in order to build myself up. I don't need to do any of those things because I know I'm oh my God, I'm so great. And until I feel great, I am not worrying about these people. I'm just not. The best songs throughout history have been written just by the person wanting to write the song. Whether it's Yesterday by Paul McCartney, who wrote it in 15 minutes. He wasn't chasing anybody. He wasn't doing it for the audience at all. He was doing it for himself because he was inspired for himself. So this is maybe, let's add another word here that I do think is important, is discipline. Because if I'm not disciplined on this side, I'm going to give in to some other emotional state of other people because I'm buying into the audience too soon. The audience, by the way, could be team members again. The audience could be who you're surrounding yourself with on a very small level and a large level. So when I say the word audience, it's not just the audience that buying tickets to your show. It's also just the audience of who is around you, okay? Who are you surrounding yourself with? Without discipline here, the great cannot become consistent. The great cannot have some consistent emotional state. The great doesn't turn into success. I don't know what I want to be known for. And you have to know what you want to be known for. More than the talent that you're putting out. So the output is emotional state, and it's not just the songs that you're writing or the books that you're writing or the people aren't really buying into that. They're buying into you. And if I don't know that I'm great, nothing really is going to happen. If my emotional state fluctuates here, I'm not consistent, I'm not disciplined, I'm not able to achieve that. Does that make sense? And what happens often is people lose their inspiration. They lose their why me. They lose it. And I don't want you to. So you have to, on this, for yourself, I want you to write things right now. When you feel inspired, you should write going to concerts, making music, travel, reading books, hanging out with these people, right? Oh, when I'm with these people, I feel so amazing about myself. If you don't write it down, what you find inspiring, this gets very messy and you will lose it. And you could go back into desperation where you're, I don't know if you've ever seen a drowning person, but you know, a drowning person is like this. And what is the advice of, you know, when you're learning how to life save is, are you jumping in after that person who's just, are you doing that? No. Even if it's your own child, you are not going to jump into the pool after a person who is literally drowning. You are going to extend some kind of life safety from the safety of the edge of the pool, and you're going to throw it out and you're going to help them in. You're going to talk to them. You're going to calm them down. Are you following what I'm saying? And at different points in your career, you have been both of those things. You have been the drowning person that is going to pull everyone down with you, but you have also been the person who can save people. And that's the cool thing about success, because to me, if I see a show, obviously I'm going as a fan, but I still go kind of in this. That's why I stopped listening to music for pleasure, because I just can't listen to music without analyzing everything. Like, I'm such a coach in my mind. I'm always like, why is that working? What do they want? Like, how come, you know, da, 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 da. Like, I'm like so into all of that. So, but what I have noticed is people are there, that music, that person on the stage, that person is their life safety thing. It's like a, and they're throwing it. And if you don't trust that person, how on earth are you going to attract the audience that you really want? Like, you've got to be so trustworthy that you're the person who's not jumping in after everybody and drowning with everyone. And no, you need to be the person who knows that I'm going to extend that life ring. I'm going to be able to talk to that audience with my messages. I'm going to calm them down, and I'm going to say, I got you, and reel them into you. Reel them into you. I'm not throwing myself out there. What the fuck? You're going to die. Okay? I don't want you to die. I want you to be really calm in your abilities, your skills. You know you're great. You've put in the time to do that. Any of you who have ever gotten your bronze medallion or your life safety things, you know that it's hours and hours of the pool and hours and years. You got to be strong enough. You have to be at a certain age. I don't know where this needing measurable results became weird to the artist. Like, there are people on the internet complaining that it is impossible to get streams. Well, fucking figure it out. You're the creative person, figure it out. Or it's impossible to get gigs. Okay, figure it out. Figure it out. There are solutions to the problems, but you have to ask who. Oh, and then that's very important. This is who. Why do you want the audience, and who are they? Okay, I'm going to go back to that. Because if I want some level of success here, my brain cannot be complaining. It just can't. You must be the solution. So if your brain is complaining, you see a problem. Remember I told you, creative people can either stay in the problem very successfully, or they can flip their brain and go, I need to find a solution. This was awesome.